Leche. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here we are again, the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Secretary. That's what we like to call ourselves and use, all of us, everyone's. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of hers and histories, on this, our homes, and all our planets, past, present, futures, in contact, we also call ourselves other names, such as ever young goddesses and gods. Now, does that mean we're trying to become the pantheons above others? No, what we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all of the Elohas and Elohims, all the Eli circles and arrowways, all the females and males, all the souls that Goddess God has created, past, present, futures, back and forth in circles, times, and contact, can be reunited on this and all our planets for heavens and on this and all earths. Now, does that in any way suggest that we're trying to usurp the ever-loving authorities and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, including the us and alls that we knows and shalls ever knowns and haves ever knowns, past, present, futures, and all the flora and fauna. That's all our families and communities, all the females and males, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively with the eyes in it, and all the flora and fauna that Goddess God has given us to co-stewards and appreciates. And so as we says, Namaste is the divines with us, Greece the divines with the yous and alls. And we say, Mikotuya, Oyasin, Mikotuya, Kosefer alls. We are alls and any's and alls related, we are alls and any's related. And because we can and shells and cans comes together back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contexts, we can be reunited for heavens on this and all on this and all our planets. And we also says, therefore, the lights with us, Greece, the lights for the yous and alls, because we know is that we are any's and alls and any's created of star stuff. And because we are heeding and listening to the divine feminines, friendlies, and divine feminines and masculines, equally friendly civilizations of our ancient times, of Magdalene eras, the Gardens of Eden's times, and also especially Atlantis and Thrace and Ubuntu, going back and forth to mitochondrial leaves before, after, endurance, and beyond, Vedics, and all the indigenous and nativities civilizations, because space-time is not linear, and therefore we call ourselves other names, such as Co-White-Cap Bufflemen, Co-Change Women's, Iroquois Goddess Clans, Mothers, in fact also Goddess Clan Sister Cousins, Co-Cousin Brothers. We call ourselves Co-Spider Women's, Co-Sky Women's, Co-Earth Women's, Co-Kachinas, Co-Katsinas. We call ourselves Co-Researchers and Umayas. We call ourselves Co-Kalki, Co-Aviakanach, Co-Avash Kaseras, Quanyans Buddhas, Co-Salshants, and Co-Couszmic Chrisztsz. Now, don't let that word Christ intimidate you. We with that word, use that word reparatively of the divine feminines, and reparatively with the out end of divine feminines and masculines equally. Because the word Christ in ancient languages simply translates to anointed. Anointed to do what? To do greatest kindness and wisdom for this and all our planets, and heavens on this and all earths. Now, beyond this earth, cosmically in connection with other planets. And therefore, we also call ourselves other names, such as co-Stellarianlies, co-Estellarianlies, that is, co-Easternlies, and co-Easternlies, that is, we call ourselves because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50 promise fulfilled and delivered, co-Estellarianlies and co-Easternlies, because we're combining the messages of Shushan and 50-50 promise fulfilled and delivered with that of the Galilee, that is the Magdalenes and Nazarenes, who were in fact the Venusians and Marians reunited, and connecting them to the ancient heritages of the star-loving, navigating civilizations of Atlantis, and Thrace, and Ubuntu, and traveling back and forth, the mitochondrial leaves before and after, and Vedics, and Druidics and Moors, so that we can become the cancer shells and shells becomes always reborn in nativities and always risen springs, because space-time is not linear on this and all our planets. And therefore, we also call ourselves the very real stargates, Atlantis, and all holy lands and sacred citizens, and the very real stargates and Star Trek of parity peace cultures for paradises plus heavens on this and all earths, past, present, futures. Now, it sounds like a daunting task to currently open the stargates and the Akashic records for reborns and risen humanities, but actually easily accomplished via the new millennial golden rule, which you can read at 5050now.wordpress.com. And just next to it, read the elegant steps for easily accomplished strategies for making us and SSOs. And you'll also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives. Use, and use, because you use two scans and shells and cans. And he's also known as joins us in becoming Equinoxtrueqsz Co-Secretary General Conference. The only issues we had be because you're going to be silly and stupid enough to lose this opportunities and have to do this again from somewhere else on some other planet after we destroy this one. But we actually release in cans and shells and cans accomplish this task now. On this planet is a connection with others. So you can see our names and pictures there. It's not all of them. We'll say some of them. Today's we should see more of them there. So we you can see them genealogically and genealogically. It's our family trees and picture frames to represent yours. And we start first come first with our great and grandmothers. First come first, and all the Shekinahs, the female elves of our families of all generations, and then also equally our female elves and male elves, our youngest generations, egalitarianly, our Elohas and Elohims, Eli circles, and always female elves and males. And so we'll say some of them. Let's say all of them. Now we'll say some of them. We want to say you're going to say and Queen Esther's and of course all the accused Iroquois clan goddess mothers and Sister Cassandras, Cousin Roses, especially connecting to of course more recently Lydia Costanza and Barbara Herschel's, and more currently so Virginia and Olivia Valentry New Times, and equally our co-white calf Bufflin, especially Murder Rosary and Pearl, and especially Mount Patricia Sunflowers, and equally Martha Sophie's, Martha Myrtles with Sophie's, and Anna Marie Singing Crickets and Lilies, and especially of course also our Lights families, our Bonnies and Sylvies, lots more there, and especially right now our Stellarian families, our Hannahs and Helens, lots more there, and especially our nearest and dearest to our hearts, our branches of Venusians and Marians, Magdalenes and Nazarenes are intertwined, Estrella and Libertia and Estrella, and equally traveling back and forth, and equally so, especially our beloved Sarah Harriet, Radiant Raid, Radiant Period, and Sarah Harriet, traveling back and forth, Surgical Times, Claire, Julian Jordan, Precious Annette, Risen Rose, Grammarica, and Popper, Grandma all the gracious shards, Grandma Dorothy's teaching learns all the lessons of Wizardesses of Oz that we all are, and connected with Kaya and Rachel and Rufus Stargate families, our current generations of females, Esther's and Rachel's, Anne Marie's and Julian Marie's equally, Diaz Divines, Barbara's and Jenny's, and lots more than our younger generations, especially as our Abel's arisen, Rose arisen, Son of Leans, also if declaring the woman of Egypt, so on the church Quaity, States and our stars, Hellas and Hesperus, our beloved Vanessa Salias, and Hollands of his West, equally, with all their great and grandmothers, and with all their mothers and aunts, and equally, Hadass and Grandmas, Leos, Ross, Benjamin and Johns, Bertrand and Jubilants, more are coming very, always hilarious, always hilarious, always all relatedly soon, La Leche, parody, not patriarchy, past, present, futures, ever use blessings.